Doing here is we're going to do the summation for this, and it's of negative x squared plus 5. And we talked about summing up the different areas, correct? And in summing up the areas, it was a height, which the height was the y value. So we put the f of in there. So it's f of b minus a. Again, that's b being 2, a being 0. So it's b minus a over 2. And then, remember, we were going to the left-hand one, so when we were doing the second rectangle, we were backing up to the first endpoint. So we said it was times I minus 1 here. And then it was times the width. But remember, we also said that the width was a constant every time. So we can pull that width out front. And again, the width for each one of these rectangles is your b value minus your a value divided by your number of rectangles here. So it was times b minus a over n to the outside of the summation. Are we good with this? Yes?
Why is n 2?
Why? Because it shouldn't be. Thank you. That was over n and not over 2. Thanks. Now, from here, b minus a over n is going to be, for this case, 5. So it's 2 over 5 times. Now, it becomes the sum of this. So it's f of, and this is 2 over 5 times I minus 1, right? Squared plus 5. I'm sorry, I don't need that there. Is that what we gotten to last time? Or had we even gotten that far? Oh, we didn't get that far. Okay. Are y'all with? It's actually all of that squared, not just the I minus 1. It's squared because it comes from the formula of f of x equals negative x squared plus 5. Yeah, so what you plug in, which is b minus a times I minus 1 over n, you're taking that, which is 2 times this, and you're squaring it for that reason. Yes? The 2 over 5 comes from the b minus a divided by n. Okay? Can we keep going? All right. So, we get 2/5 of, and this becomes 4/25 times I squared minus 2I plus 1 plus 5. And it's negative of that, thank you. That will definitely make a difference in the end. Again, I already, from my first semester grades, I see that I'm going to have to repeat this course again next year. One day I'm going to get it. At least I keep telling myself that. All right, so, of course, it'll be the same jokes I tell next year that I told y'all this year, so they have that to look forward to. All right, so it's negative 4, all right, 25. And all this is I equals 1 to 5. I've gotten lazy and not putting that in there. Negative 4/25. Okay, now, what I want to do with this is I want to plug in my formulas here. So again, for I squared, I plug in the formula n, which is 5, times n plus 1, which is 6 times 2n plus 1, which is 11. And all that's over 6. Alright. Now the 2i becomes minus 2 times, and again the formula for I is n, which is 5, times 6 all over 2. And then plus 1, and again 1 being the constant, so it's negative 4/25 times 1, which is just negative 4/25. And then it's the sum of I equals 1 to 5 of 5, which would be 25. Anybody got a question about that? Yes.
Once you get the negative 4,
Negative 4 over 25. Okay. This right here, oh, I didn't need to put that yet, because I'm going to be multiplying that in just a second. It's going to turn into that in just a minute. But for right now, it should just be 5, because it's 5 times 1. Thank you. See, I've only made 3 mistakes on the first problem. Yes. Oh, maybe we made 4 mistakes. Go ahead.
Why did you put the 5 inside omega?
Why'd I put what?
Like
The
before.
5 should not be inside that bracket, thank you.
So the 5 should be inside the bracket, but it's still inside the bracket?
I'm sorry, the 5 from this 5 is here. It's outside of the bracket. This 5 right here comes from me saying 5 times 1. And see, that 1 is inside the parentheses. That's the reason the negative 4/25.
Okay, so why is it 25 now?
Say that again.
Why is it 25 now?